everybody, it's Durger time. Welcome back to another episode of Total Extreme Wrestling 2016, Cyberpunk Pro Wrestling Reborn, our local to global series where we're trying to take our small little backyard garbage wrestling promotion and turn it into a mega sensation. So far, we've not really done that. Obviously, we rebooted the show after some catastrophic hardware failure, and we are on a course, I would say, to doing what we want to do, and I'm really excited. We had a show. We have to do some more shows, and we were talking about previously how we're going to do our schedule. So right now we do have a monthly event, Cyberpunk, every Thursday, week 2. So basically once a month. And what we're going to do is we're going to add our first other pay-per-view. So we'll probably we might make it a little bit longer than the Cyberpunk, but we don't really have the roster for that yet, right? We're kind of light. I mean, we got some people. We grabbed some extra people recently, and we're definitely gonna do some more hiring today, I think, just to fill it out, because I want enough people for maybe like a 2.5-hour show. So we're gonna look at it. We do have our tag team and our grand champion. Obviously, Eddie Kingston won against Neuromancer on the last show. We do not have a tag team champion yet. We don't really have enough people for a tag team yet. And I think that's what we're going to look at today is maybe finding another 1 or 2 groups of people that could be some tag team members. Remember, we don't really have to pay these guys if we're not using them. So there's an advantage there. We don't want to just bloat the roster because obviously, we want to make sure that we're growing stars, right? So if we blow up the roster, we might not be utilizing them to the best of our abilities. Right now, this looks okay. I feel like we want maybe a little bit more down here. Just a few more lower mid-carders to take some, take some losses. Right now we only have Shellac and Young Boy Jody. The mid-carders are probably need to be a few more mid-carders. Right now, upper mid-carders, I feel like we have too many. But some of them, I really don't consider them upper mid-carders. Like Silverhawk and Nighthawk, I would probably consider mid-carders. And the main roster's about right. We have 3 heels, 2 faces. So that's about right. Remember, we want more heels than faces. So, we're kind of there. For the lower mid card, we kind of want nothing but faces. So like Shellac doesn't really feel right for that because we want people that are faces that people are rooting for but are losing to stronger heels up top. And that will build those mid-carder heels momentum as they face the faces in their divisions. That's going to be kind of what we're looking for. And that's going to be probably the beginning focus of this. But let's set up a show for the next major pay-per-view cycle. So we have another Cyberpunk show. What month is this? April. So we just had our Cyberpunk show. So we're going to want probably in May. I'm going to do 2.5 hours. Schedule annual. What's her calendar look like? Probably good for most things. Fridays and Saturdays are going to be tough because people are wrestling other places. We could probably do Thursday again and just do week 4. So we're going to do May week 4 on Thursday. That should work well. Location will be specifically Tri-State. Oh, and then we need a name. So our first pay-per-view will be called Cyberpunk Random Access Memories. Going with that weird sort of techno feelings with it, right? I also want to check here. So this is a problem. I thought this was going to be a problem. We should not have anywhere. It should specifically be tri-state. I suspected that was maybe set up incorrectly. So one of the other things I wanted to look at, I want to see how many people showed up at our last show. 10 is 99. So 99 people. If I were to make a venue that held like 150 people, cost 3,600. About 100. 2,400. 50 people. Okay, cannot be less than 100. So what I'm thinking of is building up to this amount, $3,600, and making a little garage for 150 people. It'll save us money in the long term, and what's most important is it'll make it a hotbed. Actually, let me see what create a venue. If I did 200, it'd be 4,800. So I kind of want to see where we would be. Where is 5,000 specifically? Okay, so like right there. So 210 people would be about $5,000, and it would be a hotbed that would give us a huge bonus in terms of momentum, because basically people would be like, hey, there's this shack out there in Philadelphia. It's in some slum crap area, but man, they put on a wrestling show there. It's called Cyberpunk, and it's super cool. That's kind of what we want to do to build that momentum and build that prestige up. So I think that's going to be our goal. So in about 5 months' time, we're going to build a location, and we're going to use that money to build a tiny little shack for now to try to get a hotbed set up for us. All right, I think that's a good idea. So we want to look at maybe adding a couple extra people. So first of all, we need some tag teams. Now we have a stable. So let's set up our stable first. We definitely have a stable of the Hawks, right? So we're just going to call them Tron. And their members are Nighthawk, Razorhawk, and Silverhawk. Oh, no. I don't. And that's it, right? I don't think we have any of the other Hawks. I think there's only 3 Hawks. There might be a new Hawk. I don't know. They keep on showing up. There we go. So Nighthawk, Razorhawk, and Silverhawk are our new stable of Tron. Now, we want to look at this here. One of these is actually a main eventer, so Razorhawk. So he's going to be in contention for the belt. So we want Knight and Silver to be our tag team. So we'll add that here. Add a team. Wait, what was it again? Forgot already. My brain's shot today. Razorhawk's the lead. Okay, so team, add Nighthawk and Silverhawk, and they are called already Cyberhawks 2000. So we're just going to call them here Cyberhawk. There'll be a unit, and that's fine. Perfect. Okay. They should have good chemistry, too, I'd imagine. Interesting. So, Knight and Silver are going to be the tags, and Razor is looking to take the belt. We were also talking about Gaff having some kind of like thug gang. So we need to look at people that would fit that. So let's go ahead and, because I think that's the next tag that we're going to look for, is sort of filling out that group. So I want can work in the U.S. Based in the U.S. would be preferable. I want a rookie to like 3 years. Higher. And we got quite a bit of people to look through here. I'm mostly going to be looking at prices more than anything else right now. This guy looks cool. Boy, I don't know who this dude is, but he's apparently in Chikara. I don't think I've ever seen him before. 10 popularity in here already. That's not a bad option. He could be our muscle. All right, so I want to get him for cheap, though. So let's see. 270 is not going to do. It's too expensive for me. Future main eventer, and never lower than lower mid-carder. 250. And what if I give you hiring veto? 230. I can do that. Okay. So that might not be a bad enforcer for us for his gang. No. I think we were looking at him before. I think it just cost too much money. Let's see here. A lot of ants, a lot of Chikara ants out there for us. Senior Buttons. No. Shaft. This guy, what's your deal? 280. No popularity, just in British Columbia. Not really going to do much for us. Average, everything. Probably not. I said hire. I don't know why. I did say to hire, not to look at. So I don't know why some of the wrestlers from WWE are showing up. I really want somebody that's like $100. Is that so much to ask? He's wrestling everywhere already, so that's not probably a great idea. 17 popularity in the tri-state area. Somebody to look at, I think, in the future, because he seemed like it didn't cost that much. 400. It's a main eventer, but we'll keep an eye on him. Nah. Bobby Orlando. Booze Sullivan. Another. Britt Baker. Britt Baker's surprisingly cheap. Not very popular anywhere. I imagine in later saves, once AEW starts, that probably will change. But for what we have here, that's not going to be the case. Another Chikara guy. No. I want somebody. Oh, there's Danger Hawk. That's the other Hawk I forgot. We got enough Hawks for now. We don't need all the Hawks. Frantic, huh? Another Chikara guy. So what's your popularity at? You're 280. No popularity here. Well, this guy is 280 a show. 9 popularity here. What's your skills? Average, strong, physical. I think this is our winner. We'll do 3-year. Not covered. You want 270. What if I give you hiring veto? 260. What if I tell you you're never lower than lower mid-carder? 260 still. What if I tell you you'll be blue chick prospect? 250. Yeah, sure. Okay. So we made some promises here that these guys are going to go places. We'll have to make sure we keep those, or else we're going to get a little upset. So I think that's pretty good for the backbone of this team. And I would like a third tag team. But I think we might be able to combine some people. So I was kind of thinking Shellac and Pricks. They're both heels. One's a mid-carder, one's a lower mid-carder, so it would kind of boost Shellac up a little bit. I like this kind of idea of, like, you have this sort of cyber pixie girl with sort of this brutish dude. Might be kind of fun. So let's do that, I think. I think that works. We'll have them as a unit. So Pricks and Shellac. What's the auto names? We still... So, that's some bad. So, okay, so I was thinking of... Beauty and Beast. So, idea being Shellac might be... Actually, you know, let's change Shellac's name. Actually, straight to Beast. Kind of like that. Again, going for that renaming everybody kind of thing. And let's change his gimmick while we're here. Trey's Beast in Cyberpunk Pro Wrestling. A brutish of a man. It's like genetically modified. Idea being he's kind of like maybe like a Bane character, right? That could be kind of cool. So, did you premiere yet? Rated very good. So I think he did already. So let's not change his gimmick. I mean, he'll be an old school heel. It's going to be kind of a weird gimmick for that. But that'll be fine. So Pricks and Beast will be a team. Boy, we got a lot of heels. We don't have any face tags, which is kind of a bummer. But I don't think we really have anybody that will work for that. Not really. I mean, we have jobbers that could be a tag team. We'll have to as we're looking out here, let's look for a wrestler with good babyface performance, or let's say excellent babyface. Is there anyone with an excellent babyface performance that's young? No. Okay, let's go with good. Great. No. Let's go with good. No. Let's go with not awful. There we go. All right. So we were looking at him before. What's your looking at here? Strong babyface and heel. Weak gimmicks all around, though. Not fantastic. But maybe not a bad option. How about you? Strong on both, average everywhere else. This might not be bad. What do you cost? $280? I think we could do something with him. So I got an idea, I think. Let's see if I can get him for something. 3 years. I'm going to say you're a blue chip prospect, and I'm going to give you a hiring veto. $250 is perfect. We can deal with that. All right. So I know it says that he's white, but he's got kind of like a Asian-y kind of inspiration. You know, one of the great things about Cyberpunk is there's always like a heavy, like, Asia Eastern influence, and like so I'm thinking like, what if we have a tag team that's like, what if his character's kind of like a cyber samurai kind of thing, right? That could be kind of cool. And maybe bring somebody else here. Who you? Not that popular. It costs too much for us. I really like, if I don't want to spend more than 280 unless they're like super popular already, because they'll bring people in. 260. Like she's 260 and she's already more popular in the tri-state area than he is. Yeah, let's go with her. What's her skills, actually? Let me check. Strong physical. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. 200, not covered. 3 years. What do you want? 250, hiring veto. 240, perfect. I think that sounds good. I'm not going to make any promises. Oh, actually, I will. I'll just say never lower than lower mid-Carter. And then what would you tell me? 240. What if I said never lower than mid-Carter? 230. I can deal with that. I could put you outside your weight class. That's fine. So Chris and Ray will be sort of, we're going to brand in sort of like some like, I don't know. I got some idea. I got some bad ideas. We'll figure it out. So we do have Cyberpunk 27 days. We're going to go ahead and go do that. We got some teams. Let's go ahead and get these guys in, and then we'll look at what the hell we got going on. Okay, so we got the first of our negotiations in, I'm assuming. Volgar and Josh Briggs. We're probably going a little too hard in terms of hiring, but we'll see. I feel like what I'm going to do right now, since we don't have to worry about downsides, I'm going to throw a bunch of names out there, see who sticks, see who doesn't, and we'll kind of play with them and decide, who we want for the roster. We do need to have a strong lower mid-carder because I want to basically feed them into our stars as aggressively as I can to try to boost up their popularity. Josh Briggs, we said, is also going to be a heel. Because both of them are going to be part of this new stable. So we got, where is he? Josh Briggs. We're just going to call him Briggs. I think it's going to work fine. I'm fine with that name. You're going to be heel. Old school heel. Average. So I kind of want a thug gimmick. Let's see if there's one that we have in here. I never really play with the creative gimmicks, and I really should. Street Fighter sounds not horrible. That will work. And then we also have, where are you? Not Beast. Volgar. So Volgar, great name, except for the 2. I think we'll just keep as Volgar. Sounds fine. He just has his generic, no old school heel gimmick. I think we're going to try to give him something a little bit more. What's your brute is average? So we'll try to go with a brute gimmick. None fit your character, huh? Really? Okay, how about this? How about I just want to see what gimmicks fit you. Band member, biker, carpenter, trailer trash, turncoat, vampiric, weirdo. There's no, like, Mad Max villain. What's your... So, legitimate's average. Everything's average except for crazy, weasel, and weak are actually bad. So, we want to avoid those completely. So, like, realistic pyromaniac might not be bad. Oh, realistic psycho would probably be okay. A little subtlety. We got to avoid the subtlety, I think, because I think subtlety hurts us a little bit. But so we'll do gimmicky. I think the gimmicky will work fine. Weird would work well too, but yeah, I think we'll do a gimmicky. Psycho. What's your push gonna be? Upper mid Carter. Interesting. You're stronger than I thought you would be. What's Gaff at? Upper mid Carter as well. Okay. Briggs, what are you? I'm hoping you're like lower or mid. Mid is good. I don't want to have too many mid Carters. I mean, it's gonna be a problem is that we're gonna have a lot of people that are not gonna fit into the lower areas. I mean, we can put them down manually, but I think they get upset if they're not in the right push. Obviously, we can still use them, but we just have to be careful about where. Because like if you're an upper mid Carter, you're not going to want to lose to a mid Carter. So those are our issues. But this is fine. All right, so we need a couple more people to come in to the fray. Let's build that stable out while we're here. So adding a new stable. So I got a couple names I'm thinking of. I'm trying to figure out what I want here. There's just a couple different ones I was thinking, but I kind of want a good like cyberpunk gang kind of idea, right? So I was thinking like maybe like the Freakers, the Juicers. I'm trying to figure out what I like the most. How about the Boosters? Right? Okay. You can take that two ways. Are they stealing stuff, or are they also like juicing themselves up? Right? That works. So it's gonna be Gaff, Briggs, and Volgar. Actually, I'll put Gaff number 1 so I remember that he's the leader. There we go. That works. Boop, boop, boop. And same thing for teams. It's going to be Briggs and Volgar. Legion. I want to see some of these bad names. Body counts, actually not bad. End of days. Let's just go with Boosters for now, just to keep the name right. Some of these are pretty good, though. All right, so Cyberhawk, Beauty and the Beast, Boosters, all three are heel teams. So we're going to have our one face team. A little imbalanced, but it'll work. All right. We got Rayo and Chris both in. We'll have to see what their push is. So I'm going to call him Bushido. What's your gimmick here? Okay, push, mid Carter, perfect. Okay, there. So gimmick. Let's see if there's something close that I kind of can get to here. So ninja might work. No samurai. We'll go with ninja. Let's see. Wholesome. Your wholesome is average. Unique. Gimmicky. All right, I'm going to tweak it a little bit. Yeah, I've never done casting call. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I never play around with this that much. I know I think I can rename it a little bit, right? Because I kind of want to tweak the name of it a little bit. There we go. Cool. That'll work. We'll see how that works for him. I mean, most of these, it's one of the things I hope for 2020 is that there's a little bit more, I don't know, versatility in the gimmicks. It's going to be kind of hard because I don't really think there's that much that you can really do with it. But I always find that the gimmicks are, I don't know, they don't really have that much of a role outside of just having one and it working. It's really more of flavor for you. I don't know how you would end up actually making it work anyways, but you know, we got Chris Statlander. Okay, so your push is going to probably be lower, upper. You're upper mid Carter. Well, I'm going to put you mid Carter for now. Let's see if you'll deal with it. She might get upset. That's fine for now. Whole school, wholesome face. What's your gimmicks here? Old school face is probably fine. I think I might just keep her name the same for now. I don't really know what I want to do with her yet in terms of character. I just thought her image kind of screams back of like a Blade Runner thing, you know. But we'll go with it. And then what we'll do is for teams, we're gonna make them actually individuals. And we're gonna do Chris and Bushido, and they're actually gonna be called harken back to one of the worst video games of all time, Dia Katana. There you go. I kind of feel like I'm gonna have them, and then eventually I'll probably move Bushido out into his own thing. All right, and let's get on to the show. Let's sim on over there. Or we can just go to the next show. All right, let's see here what we got going on. So we've gone ahead and simmed a month. Just kind of want to take a look at NXT here. Always kind of curious to see if anything weird's going on. Doesn't look like that's the case. Hansen. That's weird. Always find it just what the AI does is always so fascinating sometimes. All right, so we got some money in the bank. As a matter of fact, we have enough now to do what we were talking about, don't we? Make a venue. What we were talking about, 210 venue. We'd go into the red for a little bit. It wouldn't be the end of the world. $220, $230. So we can make it $230. I think it would really benefit us. So, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold off for now. So I want to see what our bigger pay-per-view does and see where our numbers are. Because I kind of want to... I don't care that much for room for growth because we're not going to shoot up to like 500 people all of a sudden, right? But we'll kind of take a look at what growth we get. We'll hold off for now. I'm itching to do it though because I think it's going to be a really good idea and I think it's going to boost our momentum up quickly. Anyways, let's just hold off for now. Let's go ahead and get to the show. All right. Ooh, Prix is out injured. I forgot about that. We'll have to keep that in mind. So, broadcasting nowhere. No one's going to be filming us at all. We can meddle, which we may. There's be a positive relationship between these two. No effect. Okay. So, where are we going to be? Ain't that the question? Tri-state area. Pick best venue. Right now it's going to be a generic. That's fine. Be nice to have a little hotbed, you know? I think would be really cool, especially for something that's so small. You know, we don't have these everything's way too big for us. Making our own little location would be interesting. All right, let's go ahead and let's book the show. We'll be right back. All right. So one of the things I want to do too, I think we need to look at maybe making these a little bit shorter. Some of these matches might be just a little too long, and I think we're using too many people. I think the lowest you can do is an hour and a half, and I think we might do that. I think we had a default set at 2, and I think that might just be too much for our monthly shows. But, especially with our roster level right now. We didn't have everybody on here. I tried to save some money because I'm trying to introduce some new people, so we might get some people angry, but we'll deal with it. But this is Cyberpunk, their monthly one for April, or May, actually. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So we start off with debuting Cyberhawk as a tag team. And they fight against just a mishmash of Young Boy Jody, our resident fall guy, I guess, and Timmy Lou Reeton, who I think we just debuted. Yeah, he gets above average for his old school heel gimmick. It's kind of a mishmash of a team. It's a work-to-crowd match. It does pretty okay, actually. Yeah, it's not bad. 9 minutes. Cyberhawk defeats these two jobbers and basically kind of start to build up some momentum for them. It's an E-. It's fine. We have also another debut, Kefka, who is fighting Nexus. Kefka wins in his debut match in 10 minutes by pinfall, cheating a little bit and using the ropes for leverage. He debuts his clown gimmick, which gets a rating of average. Got the crowd hotter. They both do pretty okay. We might start a little bit of a storyline with Nexus and Kefka, but basically Kefka's whole gimmick is sort of being this clownish cheat that is disrupting everything in the lower roster of Cyberpunk. We debut Bushido, but not in his tag team, and we have him fight Gaff. And the match goes well in Bushido's favor until he gets overwhelmed by Gaff's gang. So it had a decent reaction from the crowd, but it had subpar wrestling. Gaff defeats the Bushido in 14 minutes, following from interference by Volgar. And during the match, we also had Briggs run in and attack Bushido when the ref was turned around. He debuted his Cyber Samurai gimmick, and it got an initial reaction of great. He was tiring by the end. It was a little bit too off. But it was probably a little too long for both of them, actually, because Gaff was also tiring. Great chemistry, and it showed in the performance. That's really good to know. Got the crowd buzzing, so we kind of blew our momentum on this match, but that's fine. Briggs debuted and Volgar debuted. They both got average for their gimmicks. And yeah, they're actually pretty not far off from one another. So good to know. We might want to build up some more matches with them since they have good chemistry. Bushido is improving in Rumble and performance. Afterwards, we have a segment where Gaff introduces the crowd on a microphone to his new gang. Says they will overwhelm anybody who tries to stop him. And obviously just kind of giving a formal introduction to his little goon squad. We have a match between Brian Connor and The Whisper. It's decent reaction, subpar wrestling. The Whisper defeats Brian Connor in 15 minutes, continuing his undefeated streak. Both are tiring. A little too long. Again, I was trying to not use as many people, so I was going a little bit long on some of these matches. Got the crowd buzzing again. 21 and 20. They're both about evenly matched. What do we got here? Rumble and performance for Whisper. All of these guys are young Lions, so they're going to be improving a lot very quickly, which is kind of exciting to see where we have these guys. E- is fine. Afterwards, we have the same scene that Whisper's done before. He stands over Connor, examines him. This time he nods and tries to actually abduct him. But as he's being drugged to the back, Connor starts fighting back and breaks out of the hold and manages to break away from Whisper. Whisper ends up standing at the ring ominously, pointing to Connor, while Connor's kind of shouting at him, "Come on, come get me," before Whisper just kind of departs and walks away. So Whisper, whatever he's been looking for, seems to have found it in Connor, and is attempting to essentially steal him for something. We don't know what, but essentially has tried to abduct him, which is kind of interesting. The dark shadow looms, has continued, but actually lost heat. It wasn't a good segment. They were both, I think Whisper was scheduled, it doesn't say on here, was scheduled for, or was being rated on menace, which I guess probably wasn't his strongest suit, and Connor on overness, and overness for everybody right now is a little low. We have a match between, in our main event, Neuromancer versus Razorhawk. Neuromancer had just lost a belt and is trying to get his momentum back, but ultimately loses in 15 minutes by pinfall. Razorhawk defeats Neuromancer. It didn't click. It's interesting. No improvements. Neuromancer was the technically better wrestler. Razorhawk was fine. Had a 27, not what you want to see for your main event, honestly. Afterwards, we have a final scene where the rest of the Hawks come out, the members of Tron, and they beat up Neuromancer and overwhelm him, just to kind of rub salt into the wounds. Razorhawk's getting better as a gimmick, and Neuromancer's reign has advanced with this segment. So, not a great way to end the show. We did increase our popularity because it's a rock bottom, so, what are you going to do? We had 97 people. We'll make a speech. I don't want to really gaff, I know, was a little weak, so we'll give him some encouragement. Bushido, tell him that was awesome. Give some of the new guys some love. Now, we might run into some problems because we did not have Kimberly or Eddie Kingston on here. I can't remember for certain, but I feel like if you have a show that's scheduled monthly instead of an annual, I don't think they care that much about being left off. It's only when they have a pay-per-view, like a larger event, like an annual event. I'm not positive. We'll have to look at it in a second. Not a bad show. I was hoping for it to be a little bit stronger in the ratings, to be honest. But, what are you going to do? Whoa, there's a whole bunch of people retiring. Lady Starr to retire, Matt Heisen to retire, Rob Conway, Earl Hebner, Paul Ellering, Ted DiBiase, John Cena's all muscular, Chucky Starr's retiring, Jack Lenza dies. Damn. David Finlay's retiring. That's a lot of retirements. Oh, we got more. Macho Pump is retiring. Miracle Man is retiring. Anyone else retiring? Casey Carlisle. Boy, what happened that everyone's retiring today? What that is weird. Very, very weird. Do we have any feedback from our show, Cyberpunk? Feedback was better than you'd expect from a company that tiny. I'll take that. We rose to small. Holy crap. That was really quick. That was really, really quick. If you remember last time, we were floundering for a bit just in local, and we've gone to small already. We have a 1-month grace period after rising size, while this phase can affect companies immune to popularity loss from regional battle defeats. We're into big boys now. We did spend a lot of money just from the workers there. So it's probably good that we didn't actually make that that location that we wanted to do. But look at that. 15 momentum, 8 prestige. What a quick jump. I didn't expect us to get to small so soon. So now we're going to run into some problems in that we're going to be part of the regional battles pretty quickly, and those could go really poorly for us, really, really quickly. How interesting. Isn't it weird that just developing our local talent and putting on consistently good shows did better for us in this one than when in the first couple episodes of Cyberpunk originally, when we were trying to do this, we tried to get some, regional stars, to spend all our money hyping up random people in there, got jack shit. So that's crazy. That is such a huge win to be in there so early. I'm going to have to update the little top bar here. Ain't that awesome? Wow. That would not have expected that. Especially for having such a kind of a weak show, I thought, here. Wow. All right. So, guys, I guess when I will see you next time, we're going to have to start a slightly bigger production because we're in small now. Holy crap. Look at that. Ain't that awesome? And only just recently, too. Do you have any spillover? Probably not. A little bit in New England, but that's about all. But we did it. All right, we're in small town now. So I will see you guys next time for Random Access Memories. Thanks for watching.